to make. I have a communication to make relating to the demise of our Honourable Charles Ong'ondo Were MP. It is with deep sorrow that I notify you of the untimely demise of Charles Ong'ondo Were MP, the member of the National Assembly representing Kasipul constituency in Homa Bay County. The late Honourable Were succumbed to injuries that he sustained after being shot by a gunman on a motorcycle while he was being driven home along Gong Road on Wednesday, 30th of April 2025. Honourable Senators, the late Charles Were was born in 1966 in Homa Bay County. His educational journey began at Karabok Primary School, where he studied from 1976 to 1982. He then proceeded to Oyugi Secondary School, where he completed his Kenya Certificate of Education, KCE, in 1986. Driven by unwavering commitment to personal growth and in a desire to advance his education, the late Honourable Were enrolled for Certificate in Computerized Accounting at Meru University in 2011 and completed the program in 2012. He thereafter joined the Mount Kenya University, where he successfully attained a diploma and a bachelor's degree in business management in the years 2014 and 2017 respectively. He was also awarded a Master of Science in Procurement and Supplies Management from the same institution in 2019. Prior to his election as Member of Parliament, the late Charles Were built a career in the private sector, holding top executive positions in several companies. He served as the Chief Executive Officer of Victoria Cleaning Services Limited in 2003 to 2022, and at Metrocam Properties Limited from 2006 to 2012. The late Honourable Were also served as the Director for Benga Group Holding Limited from 2014 to 2022. These leadership roles showcased his strong business acumen and managerial expertise that provided a solid foundation for his transition into public service. Honourable Senators, the late Honourable Charles Were joined elective politics in 2017, where he successfully vied for and won the parliamentary seat as a member of the National Assembly representing Kasipul constituency on the Orange Democratic Movement ODM ticket. He was re-elected in 2022 general elections on the same party. Until his untimely demise, he served as the Vice Chairperson of the Committee on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity, where he played a critical role in the committee's work on the inquiry into employment diversity in public institutions. Additionally, he was also an active member of the Departmental Committee on Blue Economy, Water and Irrigation. During the term of the 12th Parliament, the late Honourable Were served as a member of the Departmental Committee on Environment and Natural Resources and the Select Committee on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity. Honourable Senators, the gruesome death of Honourable Charles Were is indeed a big loss to the wider parliamentary fraternity. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends at this very difficult moment. The National Assembly, residents of Kasipul constituency, and indeed the nation have lost a dependable and astute legislator who served his constituents and the nation with utmost dedication. A condolence book has been opened at the Senate reception, main Parliament buildings, for Honourable Senators, members of the National Assembly, and parliamentary staff to commensurate with the family of the late member. On behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family of the late Honourable Charles Were MP, as well as the residents of Kasipul constituency during this difficult time. In honour of a departed colleague, I request that we all stand and observe a minute of silence. Thank you. May the soul of the late Honourable Charles Were MP rest in eternal peace. I thank you. Next, Order Clerk. Maybe, honorable senators, before I allow the clerk to call the next order, I will allow honorable senators who wish maybe to remember their colleague to express their desire to say something. And if you're given the floor, kindly keep it under 3 minutes. The Honorable Tom Ojienda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This afternoon, as we resume, I would wish to join those who have come before me in commiserating with the family of the late Member of Parliament, Mr. Ong'ondo, in a manner so gruesome and so sad as to paint a picture of insecurity on every elected member. Mr. Speaker, as a member of the Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, the family of ODM is mourning and will continue, Mr. Speaker, to mourn during this period before we lay the late Ong'ondo Were to rest on Friday the 9th at Kasipul. And this is just a lesson to all of us who are members here that we must ensure that in our legislative duties, Mr. Speaker, we think about life and the afterlife. The afterlife, Mr. Speaker, means that we must know that we serve a constituency and we serve a people, and that when we are in Senate, we must deliver to those people because we are only here for a time. A time, Mr. Speaker, that only the Almighty can determine. And the exit from this world, Mr. Speaker, is not in our hands. We cannot define the manner, the architecture, or the design of how we depart from the universe. But we must all know that we must serve, and we continue to serve at the mercy of His Almighty. I pray, Mr. Speaker, that the Almighty God place the Honorable Ong'ondo Were's family in comfort and console them during this trying time. I also pray for all the people, the fraternity of the ODM family and of Homa Bay County, because this was a gentleman who was poised to become the chair of ODM in Homa Bay County. I know that, Mr. Speaker, let me say my last, that may the Almighty God rest His soul in eternal peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I had an opportunity to serve with the Honorable Were as the National Assembly for 5 years. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that what happened to him is very bad and very sad. It was done with precision, and the killer made sure that the number of bullets down, that he had no chance to survive. Mr. Speaker, such brutality against an elected member or any other person is not warranted at all. Mr. Speaker, this caused the country on the nature of security and security systems in the country, so that, Mr. Speaker, we can be able to have everyone taken care of, not only by the police, but also by society. Even those who are with him were not able to help him or able to deal with the assassins immediately. Mr. Speaker, we have seen some arrests, and we hope that those are the right arrests, and the killers of Were and the family of Were will get justice. We pray that this doesn't happen again, and that the security systems learn something about it and improve security not only of elected members, but of every single citizen of the country. We condole with the family, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of myself and on behalf of the people of Makueni, and pray that God may strengthen the family and that his children and the rest of his relatives and friends may bear this with strength. I do thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you.
Senator Osot.
Mr. Speaker, I also want to send my condolences on my own behalf, my family, and the people of Vihiga County to the family, friends of Honorable Ong'ondo Ere, who I know very well, having served with him in the National Assembly, 12th Parliament. And this is one gentleman that I was interacting with all the time, because he was one of our very strong party members, a member who was very loyal and very committed to the party. And I was surprised to hear that he had been killed just 1 hour after I met him, Mr. Speaker. I met him while coming from my office on the first floor of KICC, and I met him on the ground floor. And he was on phone throughout. I stood there waiting for him to finish his phone call, and he continued talking on phone, clearly talking to someone on the other side, and appeared like they were in a very tense discussion. Mr. Speaker, it is very unfortunate that one of us can die in the manner that Honorable Ong'ondo Were died. All we can say is that the killers of Honorable Were must be brought to book. In fact, by now, Mr. Speaker, we should be told who killed Honorable Ong'ondo Were. The things we are hearing in the media, the defamation that is happening in the media against Honorable Ong'ondo Were is very unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. In our culture as lawyers, even if someone had issues, we don't discuss negative things about him when he's dead. I think we call on the media to be very objective so that we should not appear like we are condemning someone when he's dead. We as a party, we are concerned about the death, and we request that the investigation be completed and the people involved be brought to book and justice be served to the family of Honorable Ong'ondo Were. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I want to mourn with the people of Homa Bay, with the ODM fraternity, for having lost such a very strong member and a pillar of our party in Homa Bay County. Mr. Speaker, rest in peace, Honorable Ong'ondo Were, and please, when you go there, pass our regards to all the fallen heroes in this country who have died through the same way of being killed through.
Senator Bone.
Mr. Speaker, this is very sad. It is sad that a serving member of Parliament has not only lost his life, but that it is being reported that the main suspect was a police officer, administration police. I do not understand what is happening. Mr. Speaker, is the problem the police and the discipline, or is the problem the command, or is it corruption, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, this is happening on the backdrop of police killing 5 innocent people in Baragoi, in Narok, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these are serious questions which you must ask, and we must demand that security must be restored in the country. I am pleased to tell whoever is listening to me that today I've held a lengthy discussion with the Minister of Interior, the Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen. And I had told him over the weekend that he must up his game, because under his watch, it's starting to look like, Mr. Speaker, insecurity of the country is going down, Mr. Speaker. I'm happy that after our discussion, the minister has not only given me his assurance, but he has also sent me with condolences to the family of high school teacher Rosalida Akinyi, who was also killed and robbed of her cash in Mumias town. And he has assured the people of Kakamega that he'll personally go there to attend to the rising insecurity. And what's more, the police has quickly moved the county commander of Kakamega. Mr. Speaker, we have to insist that the government must deliver on security. A family can just about do without anything or everything else from government, but security is the one thing that the government must guarantee our people. Mr. Speaker, this country has many cases of leaders who have lost their lives in a similar manner, and we look forward to a time when Kenyans will know that you don't have to walk anywhere in the country looking back over your shoulder, worrying that somebody can take your life. May the soul of Ong'ondo Charles rest in it.
Senator Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to send my deepest condolences to the family, the friends of the Honorable Ong'ondo. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Were was known to me because we lived in the same hotel in Kigali during the Yala Games of 2023. And what first captured my imagination of Honorable Were was his names, Ong'ondo Were. And then he used to crack our ribs every morning because we used to have breakfast together with him and his neighbor from Diwa Wood Chief. And Ong'ondo Were would tell us stories up to around 11, sometimes even making us late for the games that we had gone for, Mr. Speaker. And so his death, the news of his death, struck me like what we call a thunderbolt. And so we want to send our deepest condolences to also the people of Kasipul and the entire Homa Bay County. But Mr. Speaker, there are questions that we must ask. There are reports that the Honorable Were had reported to the police that he felt his life was in danger. And he had actually even mentioned names. And no action had been taken by the time he was killed. And Mr. Speaker, we must call out on the police and tell them that they must be preventive and not just curative. That they must act with speed anytime there is a report that any crime is just about to be committed, Mr. Speaker. And we must get very concerned also about our security. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are asking ourselves questions. There was an armed bodyguard in that car. There was no response from him at all when this attack came. And, Mr. Speaker, this makes us also very much afraid. The preparedness of those who take care of our security, are they really prepared to take a swift action if our lives are at threat, Mr. Speaker? And, Mr. Speaker, this security question extends even beyond members of parliament. Mr. Speaker, on Sunday, a shoe was thrown to the president as he was addressing residents of Migori County on a car roof, just like he does every other day. So, Mr. Speaker, if the president is not safe, who is safe? Mr. Speaker, the killers of Ong'ondo Were must be brought to book. And, Mr. Speaker, we must be assured of our security and the security of everybody in this country. The government must wake up, and responses have to be seen being done by the police. May God rest the soul of Ong'ondo.
Senator Veronica.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. It's with a deep sense of loss that I offer my deepest condolences to the family of Honorable Were Ong'ondo. It's very regrettable and very sad, Honorable Speaker, that a man of this stature lost his life through assassination on one of our major streets in Kenya. Mr. Speaker, I have thought about the kind of surveillance cameras we have in the city, and I'm hoping that the IG, together with the DCI, will uncover the killers of Honorable Were and even give the reason why. We must understand the mens rea behind the minds of those who killed this Honorable Member of Parliament. And I have read a lot of issues that have been raised on social media. I do not know how truthful those issues are and whether they are just something being done to cover up for the loss of this Honorable Were. He struck me as an honorable gentleman, Honorable Speaker, who was even God-fearing. And what I have read in the social media does not come anywhere close to the kind of person whom I thought we knew in Parliament. But there is no justification for killing a man, because if you have any complaint against any leader or any person anyway, this should be reported to the relevant authorities for investigations to be done. It is very sad, Honorable Speaker, that a member of Parliament could lose his life today the way Honorable Were did. And I know there are those who will shout and say, why are you only thinking about Honorable Were? Honorable Speaker, there is no death that should be celebrated, either of a young man or of a girl, or anybody who loses their life in an unfair manner and in an unjustifiable manner, Honorable Speaker. And for all this, we condemn as Senate. We strongly condemn acts of violence and any act that brings injustice and loss of life. We must start to respect life as a nation. And Honorable Speaker, the space that I have seen on social media, the way it's being utilized, those platforms are now under gross abuse. And there's a lot of cyberbullying, Honorable Speaker. And not only members of Parliament are facing this, but even women, Honorable Speaker, are heavily targeted. And that's why we also have femicide cases going high, Mr. Speaker, and women losing their lives, Mr. Speaker. So I pray that as a society, we need to have a deep reflection of the actions that we are undertaking. Even as young people, our young people, we need to have a deep reflection of the way we are engaging on the social media platforms. Let's send messages of hope. We should not allow families to be attacked. Honorable Were Ong'ondo's family should be respected right now.
Senator Sifuna.
Honorable Speaker, let me join my colleagues in extending our heartfelt condolences to the family of the late Charles Ong'ondo Were. This afternoon, led by the Speaker of the National Assembly, we had occasion to pay our respects as his colleagues. He's lying at the Lee Funeral Home, and we also had occasion to go to his home in Karen to condole with his family. The MP for Kasipul has left a very young family, Honorable Speaker, and assurances have been given from this institution by the Speaker of the National Assembly that they are our family. As an institution, they will remain our family, and when they come knocking on our doors, those doors, they will find them open. Honorable Speaker, as a senator of Nairobi, where this incident happened, it is quite unfortunate because we have to explain to the people of the country what the state of security in Nairobi is. I have held the position that, in fact, no one is safe until all of us are safe, and that somebody can be gunned down in broad daylight or even early hours of the night in a place that is properly lit, a place that has cameras, a place that is very busy. There are police officers present on the scene. It speaks to something that these criminals know, that somehow they believe that they can actually get away with it. Honorable Speaker, we continue to ask the police to do a very thorough investigation. In fact, a proposal has been made that just the way that I saw the Leader of Majority and his community having an engagement with the Inspector General of Police, perhaps we need to have a Kamkunji as well with the Inspector General of Police in the precincts of Parliament here, so that we can also ask him some questions, like I saw the residents of Transmara asking direct questions to the IG in terms of the security situation in that particular region and the police response that led to the killing of over 5 people. Honorable Speaker, as a SG of ODM, I take this opportunity again to register the condolences of the party, the entire party, to the family of Ong'ondo Were, to the people of Kasipul, and want to urge them, Honorable Speaker, because we have planned that tomorrow we will be having a memorial at Consolata Shrine in Westlands, and then we will be interring him on Friday. We hope that we can have an event that is respectful enough of the dearly departed member, and that it will be devoid of unnecessary sideshows, Honorable Speaker. We as a party are going to put in place whatever mechanisms we can. But you know, people imagine that political parties have a lot of power, Honorable Speaker. ODM does not have powers to arrest anyone. We do not have powers to provide security. We also depend on these institutions of state. And if the police don't do their jobs, then all of us are at risk. I want to finish there, Honorable Speaker, and wish that the soul of our brother, Charles Ong'ondo Were, we used to call him Sir Charles, rests in eternal peace. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to join you in welcoming our colleagues back from the short recess. And hope that, Mr. Speaker, in the days that follow today, Mr. Speaker, we shall be able to apply ourselves to the tasks ahead of us. Mr. Speaker, I join my colleagues in condoling the family of our departed friend and brother, Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were, who met his death, Mr. Speaker, in very, very mysterious circumstances. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Charles Were was a friend, and not just a friend, he was a teammate. Mr. Speaker, remember we have teams in this parliament, and Honorable Were was one of the members that were doing the tug of war for the Parliament of the Republic of Kenya, and we pulled the rope with him. A very, very committed leader, a very committed sports person. So, Speaker, I only find consolation in the word in the Bible, the book of Job 4:1, that a man born of a woman is short of days and full of trouble. That any man born of a woman will surely have to die. Mr. Speaker, the only thing that we are asking is that the security of every Kenyan is important. That the death of Honorable Ong'ondo Were came shortly after the killings that have been reported in Angata Barikoi, in Narok County. The Speaker is reason to get worried. And I want to associate myself with the sentiments expressed by Senator Sifuna, that perhaps as Parliament, the entire Parliament, we need to have a conversation with the Inspector General of Police on matters security, not just for members, but the security of every Kenyan in every corner of this country. So, Speaker, this morning, a bus was impounded on its way from Mombasa to Meru in Kitui, carrying explosives disguised as milk in some cartons, complete with the apparatus used for detonating the explosives. The Speaker, it is very, very important that this country feels secure. As things stand now, everybody is scared about their lives. I want to call upon the police to tighten security and ensure that every Kenyan in every corner of this country feels secure. The Speaker, may the soul of Honorable Were rest in God's eternal peace. Amen.
Senator Beatrice Kenya.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to mourn a gallant son of Homa Bay County. Honorable Speaker, the loss of Sir Charles Ong'ondo Were, as we refer to him, is not only a loss to the Kasipul constituency team, but to Homa Bay County at large, to Parliament, to Kenya, and to the ODM party. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ong'ondo Were was a utility player of the parliamentary team of Homa Bay County. He was a man that was reliable. Ong'ondo Were was a team player. And Honorable Speaker, Sir Charles was a player that anybody would rely on. If Ong'ondo Were believed in you, Honorable Speaker, he had no two ways about it. He's a man who said yes when he meant it and no when he meant it, Honorable Speaker. The Kasipul fraternity has lost a worker. In Kasipul constituency, Honorable Speaker, Ong'ondo Were is referred to a husband of the widows, all the widows in Kasipul. Ong'ondo Were was referred to the father of all orphans in Kasipul constituency. Honorable Speaker, not everybody will like you in this life, but I can tell you Ong'ondo Were was somebody who was celebrated by the people who believed in him. We call for calm. As I've said, he had friends across both houses of parliament. Ong'ondo Were had friends across from the National Assembly to the Senate. And I can tell you, Honorable Speaker, is indeed a great loss to all of us. I condole with the family, particularly Margaret and Anne, to the young children that he has, to his larger family. Ong'ondo Were had names, all the names in our region. We called him Jakowaro, we called him Sir Charles, we called him Ogai, and indeed he was an Ogai to us. May the soul of Sir Charles Ogai Jakowaro rest in peace, and we welcome everybody who will be traveling down to Homa Bay to condole with us and to give Sir Charles the last respect, and we assure you that everything is in place. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Sigei.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to also join my colleagues in mourning the late Honorable Were. And as everyone has said, one life is as important as the rest of us. Losing one man, whether he's a member of parliament, whether he's not a member of parliament, is so painful to the country that whenever we have an incident like the circumstances that led to the passing on of the Honorable Were, everyone would condemn in the strongest terms possible. And even as we mourn him, we also call upon the relevant government agencies and institutions involved in the investigations to ensure that it is not only going to get us to the bottom of what caused the assassination of Honorable Were, but also the security of the rest of us Kenyans. Whenever such incidents happen, everyone else feels unsafe, and we would want to live in a country where you can see tomorrow because of the security situation that the country is experiencing. Honorable Were was one of us in the parliament, and the people of Homa Bay and the people of Kasipul Kapondo, the constituency that he represented, are mourning with us and with the rest of the country. And we ask that his soul be rested in eternal peace, and urge Kenyans to also be calm, keep calm, and be at peace to allow the relevant government institutions to conduct their investigations and hopefully get to the bottom of it and give the country a report as to the cause of this very painful death. Mr. Speaker, we pray that the family of the late Ong'ondo Were be also comforted by words of encouragement that has come from across the country. And as they prepare to put his soul to rest, we support them in whichever way and manner that we can as a House. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wafula.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this opportunity on behalf of the people of Bungoma and the residents of the Republic of Kenya. I want to raise our condolences to the family of Sir Charles and condemn the untimely, brutal killing of our honorable member. Mr. Speaker, sir, my interactions with Honorable Sir Charles was a humorous man. Sir Charles was a gentleman who liked doing exercises. At a time like this, when free, he will be at the gym, ensuring that he is fit to face the turbulent political experiences at the grassroots level, Honorable Speaker. And it was with great shock to realize that, Honorable Speaker, that after his demise, we are still gazing, we are still hoping and wishing that answers are given at this spur of the moment. The only thing that I request, Honorable Speaker, is that if Sir Charles was tracked from the house to where he was gunned down, then who are we as honorable members not to take serious our security situations in this country? It means, Honorable Speaker, that all of us must be prepared at any time to face an attack or an assault. And also, Honorable Speaker, to request that through the leadership of the House, that the security personnel we have are constantly exposed to swift security drills that can enable them to be proactive and not to see what happened to Sir Charles. I want to pray to God that he gives Sir Charles eternal peace. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Essie.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa nafasi hii, na ningependa kujiunga na wenzangu kumuomboleza marehemu mbunge wa Kasipul Ong'ondo Were, nikitoa rambirambi zangu kwa familia, marafiki, wakazi wa sehemu hile kwa kumpoteza mbunge wao kwa njia tatanishi mno. Bwana Spika, Bwana Spika, ikumbukwe kuwa mbunge huyu alikuwa ametoa malalamishi katika vitengo vya usalama, lakini malalamishi hayo hayakuchunguzwa na matokeo yake amefariki. Kweli dunia jukwaa, lakini amefariki kwa njia ambayo inatukumbusha sisi kama wabunge kuwa mambo ya usalama si wabunge tu, kila mtu pale nje usalama haupo. Na inasikitisha kuwa kama mbunge anayewakilisha idadi kubwa ya wananchi anaweza kuuawa njia ile, sembuse raia wa kawaida je? Bwana Spika, ningependa kujiunga na wenzangu ambao wanasema jambo hili lichunguzwe ili tuweze kujua mauaji haya yalitekelezwa na nani na nia ilikuwa ipi, ili tusipoteze maisha katika njia kama hile. Na nikisoma katika vyombo vya habari naona kuwa kuna askari ambao wanahusishwa na kuhusika katika mambo hayo. Najua si askari wote wabaya ambao wanatekeleza mambo kama hayo, lakini kwa wale ambao wanatekeleza mambo kama hayo wajue kuwa dunia jukwaa, leo ni wewe, kesho mwingine. Mungu ailaze roho ya marehemu Charles Ong'ondo Were pali pema peponi. Asante sana Bwana Spika.
Senator for Kilifi, Senator Mazaya.
Asante mstahiki Spika. Mstahiki Spika, kwanza nataka kutoa rambirambi zangu kwa familia na jamii, marafiki na wale wote waliokuwa karibu na familia ya Charles Ong'ondo Were. Bwana Spika, kama tunavyoelewa ni kwamba familia hivi sasa wanalia kwa sababu walipoteza mzee wao. Familia ya Mheshimiwa Were ni familia ambayo iko katika huzuni wakati huu. Bwana Spika, sio wakati wake kwamba aliweza ulikuwa umefika wakati wa Mwenyezi Mungu, lakini mambo yaliyotendeka na majambazi. Jambo la kusikitisha kabisa ni kwamba baadhi ya hao majambazi wengine wao ni mapolisi, na hili ni jambo la kusikitisha sana. Ikiwa sisi sote tunalindwa na maaskari na alafu hao askari hao wanatuendea kinyume, itakuwa ni jambo la kusikitisha sana. Bwana Spika, tunataka uchunguzi ufanywe kisawasawa, na wale watakaopatikana na hatia hukumu iweze kupeanwa kisawasawa vile vile, kwa sababu waliokitenda ni jambo la kusikitisha. Na pia vile vile kuona ya kwamba hivi sasa waheshimiwa wengi sasa wako katika hali ya kwamba sintofahamu ya kuogopa, kutojua ni nani mwingine atakayeangushwa na risasi. Bwana Spika, tunaomba tu ya kwamba wale maaskari hata wale wote waliohusika, ni kwamba kile kitendo kilichofanyika ni kitendo kimefanyika kwa mheshimiwa, na tujue hawa waheshimiwa wengine pia, hata ikiwa uko na askari, lakini ikiwa askari atakuwa hawezi kutetea, itakuwa jambo pia vile vile kusikitisha. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, mimi tunataka kusema kwamba kwa wale waliofiliwa na mpendwa wao, nataka tuweke mbele za Mwenyezi Mungu, tuwaombee, tujue ya kwamba hilo ni kosa lilifanyika, ni mauti yalifanyika ya Ong'ondo Were, na kwamba Mwenyezi Mungu ataweza kuiweka roho yake mahali pema peponi. Asante sana Bwana Spika.
Senator Fanyamira, Senator Magena.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's with deep feelings of sadness and grief that I also convey my message of condolences to the family of our departed colleague, Ong'ondo Were, whom I personally knew and interacted with last time ODM Azimio at a meeting in Oyugis. Mr. Speaker, we all must join hands in condemning this senseless act of murder. We should never allow a situation, Mr. Speaker, where the only way people can respond to any grievance is through murdering a fellow citizen. And Mr. Speaker, this also calls for the government to ensure that the security of all Kenyans, not just honorable members of parliament, that for all Kenyans, their security should be guaranteed, their security should be secure, Mr. Speaker. We look to no one else but other than the government of the day to ensure that our security is guaranteed. Mr. Speaker, I hope that all security agencies will do all that is humanly possible to apprehend those who are behind the killing of Honorable Ong'ondo Were. Mr. Speaker, the only way you can deter future crime is by ensuring that those who plan and execute such murders, Mr. Speaker, are apprehended, brought to book, and made to pay painfully for the crimes that they have committed. But I've also gone through serious reflection, Mr. Speaker. I've looked at social media and seen the kind of hatred and anger that Kenyans have against us, members of parliament. And I've just wondered, is it that Kenyans are in a state of hopelessness, or is it that we have let down Kenyans? What would make me sit here and celebrate if, by God forbid, my colleague Senator Cheruiyot drops dead? I mean, how inhuman can citizen be against a fellow countryman or woman? I mean, what I read in the social media made me wonder. And I want to travel all the way to Kasipul to look at the people of Kasipul, just to understand what.
Senator Oburu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I also want to join my colleagues in mourning and condoling with the family of the late Charles Ong'ondo Were. Ong'ondo Were was a great friend and also somehow related to us. His first wife came from Siaya, and she's late. And we want to condole sincerely with the family for this very, very big loss. Mr. Speaker, when we talk of security of leaders, the security of leaders must be taken seriously. Our colleagues don't want to say the truth, that they are saying that security should be taken over all the other Kenyans. Every Kenyan is entitled to security. But leaders are entitled even more because they have more enemies. So, Mr. Speaker, we must seriously sit down with the IG and discuss our own security because we have lost so many leaders. And when you lose a leader, there is a chain of people, a very big, big loss to the whole country. It is not just loss for the family. It is a loss for the country because this man was a very, very able legislator. He was also a very passionate representative of his people. I attended so many meetings with him. Mr. Speaker, every meeting I attended with Ong'ondo Were, he was always passionately speaking on issues concerning his people and making demands. And Mr. Speaker, that is our role. Our role is to represent our people because not every one of our people can come here and talk for themselves. And this is where the resources of the country are shared. And he wants his people also to get their fair share. And Mr. Ong'ondo Were has been very, very passionate about representation of his people, demanding that they get their fair share of the national cake, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I know that in that role, there are many people who he earns very many enemies in the process. Mr. Speaker, this is so with so many of us here who are doing their job, but there are people who see you as enemy because they see you as wanting to entrench yourself forever in your seat. Mr. Speaker, it is not because you want to entrench yourself forever. It is because you are passionate to deliver services to your people. Mr. Speaker,
Senator Kinyua.
Asante Bwana Spika. Na kwa uchungu mwingi Bwana Spika, nataka kuungana na maseneta wengine kuomboleza kumpoteza kwa mbunge Sir Charles Were wa Kasipul. Bwana Spika, Mheshimiwa Were namjua kwa sababu kila wakati nikienda katika ukumbi wa michezo ama gym, Bwana Spika, nampata pale kwa sababu yeye kila wakati ni mtu wa kutaka kufanya mazoezi Bwana Spika. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, nimemjua pale na nikamjua kama mtu mcheshi sana Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, ni uchungu mwingi yule mbunge kuuliwa, kupigwa risasi Bwana Spika. Na kile ambacho maswali ambayo yalikuwa yanapitia katika akili yangu Bwana Spika, yeye alikuwa na walinzi wake. Hakuna ripoti yoyote inaonyesha kwamba Bwana Spika, walinzi wake walijaribu kuwafurusha wale ambao walikuwa wakijaribu, walimuua yule mheshimiwa Bwana Spika. Kwa hivyo maswali tunayojiuliza, hawa walinzi Bwana Spika, kazi yao ni ipi Bwana Spika? Bwana Spika, kile kingine ambacho kinaniudhi zaidi ni ya kwamba Were alikuwa amesema maisha yake yamo hatarini Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, najiuliza mkuu wa polisi wa Jamhuri ya Kenya alifanya nini kuzuia hilo jambo kutendeka, Bwana Spika? Haya ni maswali ambayo Bwana Spika hayapati jawabu. Na vile vile Bwana Spika, ukiangalia katika vyombo vyetu vya habari na vile vile ukiangalia katika mitandao ya kijamii, Bwana Spika, watu wengi wanaongea maneno mengi. Ikiwa mtu yeyote ako na maneno ambayo angesaidia katika kuleta jawabu ya maswali yanayoulizwa na Wakenya, Bwana Spika, aambie maafisa wa ujasusi, Bwana Spika, ambao najua angefanya lile kazi vizuri, Bwana Spika, badala ya kuandika katika vyombo vya habari, kwa sababu vyombo vya habari havitasaidia zaidi. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, langu ni kuungana na wakazi wa Kasipul, Kabondo, kusema pole kwa niaba ya watu wa Laikipia na kusema ya kwamba tumempoteza kiongozi ambaye alijitolea, Bwana Spika, kufanya kazi ambayo aliyopewa kufanya na aliyochaguliwa kufanya. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, langu ni kusema pole na kutakia watu wa Kasipul, Kabondo mema, na vile vile kusema roho ya Mheshimiwa Charles Were iwekwe mahali pema peponi. Asante Bwana Spika.
Senator Fernandi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On my own behalf, my family and the people of Nandi, I want to take this opportunity to pass my deepest condolences to the family of Sir Charles Ong'ondo Were. Mr. Speaker, he was an amiable man. We used to take tea at the Bunge restaurant, and he was very jovial at all times, Mr. Speaker. I never knew that he would fail by the assassin bullet. Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the police and DCI for the speedy investigation and arraignment of suspects who might have killed Honorable Ong'ondo Were, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if members of parliament are not safe, then Kenyans are not safe, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, even as investigations continue into the alleged death of the late Mheshimiwa Ong'ondo Were, Mr. Speaker, I want to ask leaders to be cautious while making statements. I was embarrassed by the statement of Governor of Homa Bay, Governor Gladys Wanga, of trying to link the unfortunate incident of the death of Ong'ondo Were by linking it to broad-based, Mr. Speaker. If there are problems of local politics with Homa Bay, she should just restrain there. And issues of zoning, reducing herself to village politicians, Mr. Speaker, is very unfortunate. And therefore, she must withdraw and retract that statement. The Homa Bay County and the nation needs the peace that we need as a nation, Mr. Speaker. I know we are emotional, but that one should not justify any reason to make reckless and embarrassing statements, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, this cyberbullying, and I want to agree for the first time with Francis Otwoli, that social media must be regulated. Even as politicians, we are human beings, we have families, we have friends. There is no death that is better than the other. There is equity in death. Mr. Speaker, in as much as we are pushing the police in conclusion to fast-track the investigation and arraignment of assassinations of Honorable Ong'ondo Were, we must also be told who killed the 6 people in Angata Baragoi, Mr. Speaker. The police shot. The allegations we have, no one has been arrested over the Angata Baragoi incident, Mr. Speaker, up to today. Yet scores, they were buried yesterday, Mr. Speaker. We must be told who killed the people of Angata Baragoi. It is the sad reality is that in Interior Ministry, there is incompetence that is costing lives, Mr. Speaker. And I think it's the high time that the President must change the security apparatus in this country, Mr. Speaker. You saw even in Baringo, Mr. Speaker, where people are being killed like dogs, Mr. Speaker. Kerio Valley, incompetence is costing lives, Mr. Speaker. And it is high time that C.S. Murkomen must resign. Yes. There is more insecurity that in this country than has happened, Mr. Speaker. I wish you would borrow notes from Professor Kithure Kindiki, Mr. Speaker, so that we are safe. I saw Boni Halwal also complaining, Mr. Speaker, and you know he has several homes and wives. So we are not saying the government should provide security for all the wives of Senator Boni Halwale, but we want everybody to feel secure, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Chimera.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa fursa hii. Kwa niaba yangu binafsi, familia yangu na kwa niaba ya watu wa Kwale, nataka nipeane risala zangu za rambirambi kwa familia ya marehemu Charles Ong'ondo Were, jamii na marafiki kutoka eneo bunge la Kasipul kwa kumpoteza kiongozi wao huyu. Bwana Spika, kifo cha mheshimiwa huyu ni jambo la kushangaza sana, kuona kwamba kiongozi wa namna ile anaweza poteza uhai katika ile aliyopoteza uhai wake, Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, nimemfahamu Mheshimiwa marehemu Charles Ong'ondo Were kwa muda wa kipindi kifupi sana. Tumekuwa tukifanya mazoezi na yeye pale katika chumba cha mazoezi cha bunge, na alikuwa mtu mcheshi, mtu ambaye alifahamu historia ya uongozi wa nchi hii vizuri sana, na mara kwa mara alikuwa anapenda kunirai kwamba niweze kujiunga na chama chao cha ODM, Bwana Spika. Lakini nikawa namkumbusha kwamba mimi ni generali wa Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, na tukawa tunazozana sana katika hali ile, Bwana Spika. Ni uchungu sana kumpoteza kiongozi yule, na naomba tu Mwenyezi Mungu amsamehe dhambi zake, amrehemu, amweke mahali pema palipo na wema. Na vile vile, Bwana Spika, nichukue fursa hii pia nizungumzie kuzile sema ambazo zimezungumzwa katika mitandao ya kijamii. Wakenya wamepeana hisia zao kuhusiana na kitendo hichi chote, na wengine wamefurahia, wengine pia wana huzuni. Sio jambo zuri kwamba tunasherehekea kifo, hususan kifo cha kiongozi. Bwana Spika, kifo ni uchungu sana, na sisi sote pia tutapitia safari hiyo. Kwa hivyo niwaombe tu wa Kenya wawache kuwa na semi zile na hisia zile, tuipatie fursa watu wa vyombo vya usalama waweze kufanya uchunguzi wa kina. Wale ambao watapatikana na hatia, Bwana Spika, sheria kali na hatua kali za kuchukuliwa, na kuhakikisha kwamba familia hii ya Mheshimiwa marehemu Charles Ong'ondo Were imeweza kupata haki, Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, asante sana. Mwenyezi Mungu aweze kumsamehe dhambi zake Mheshimiwa Charles Ong'ondo Were.
Senator Isaboy.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii na mimi niweze kuchangia na wanaseneta wenzangu kwa kifo cha mwenzetu mwenda zake Mheshimiwa Charles Were. Mheshimiwa Spika, ilikuwa ni shock kubwa sana. Manake ni siku hiyo mimi nilikuwa hapa bungeni, nilikuwa nimekuja kikazi yangu kuja kufuata mambo yangu, tukakutana naye hapa chini hapa. Na nilikuwa na karatasi yangu nataka kusainiwa ya pasako bunge sako. Basi wakaniambia nisubirie hapo kidogo nitakuona, lakini bahati mbaya mimi nikakimbilia kwa mtu mwingine akanisainia, so hatukuweza kumaliza. Baada ya muda jioni nikapata habari kwenye taarifa habari kwamba ametuacha yeye mheshimiwa mwenzetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna haja sisi viongozi kama wabunge, maseneta tuweze kupata ulinzi wa kutosha kabisa. Kwa sababu mlinzi mmoja sahihi pia hatoshi. Wewe umeona wewe mwenyewe juzi huyu kiongozi amepigwa risasi akiwa na bodyguard wake mmoja. Je, sisi wengine ambao tuko na bodyguard mmoja na pia hali zetu kama hivyo, sisi tutakuja kumaliza wakati mmoja? Mimi naomba kama maseneta wenzangu tuweze kuhakikisha kama tuongeze ulinzi. Tupate ulinzi wa kutosha Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa sababu hali kama hii mwenzetu leo ameondoka, hatujijui sisi wenyewe tutakuwa namna gani kesho. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, yangu ni kupeana rambirambi zangu na risala kwa familia ya marehemu. Mwenyezi Mungu alaze mahali pema peponi, na sisi viongozi wenzetu tuweze kujihadhari na tuweze kujikinga, kwa sababu mauti hutokea wakati wote. Lakini lazima tuongee na lazima tuseme ukweli kwamba tupate ulinzi wa kutosha, au sivyo mbona msemi basi mkasema tuongezewe bwana? Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Faki.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi kunipa fursa hii kujiunga na maseneta wenzangu pamoja na wewe Spika kutoa rambirambi zetu kwa mwenda zake Charles Ong'ondo Were ambaye alikuwa ni mbunge wa Kasipul. Mheshimiwa Spika, mwaka juzi tulitembelea nyumbani kwake, tulikuwa tumekwenda kwa mkutano kule Homa Bay, na akatufariji kwa chakula cha mchana hiyo siku Mheshimiwa Spika, na tulijua kwamba kweli apendwa na watu wake, na vile vile pia ni mtu ambaye si mtu wa kutaka makubwa Mheshimiwa Spika. Na mara nyingi utampata bunge hapa anafanya kazi zake na anaendesha shughuli zake bila ya kuwa na mambo yote ambayo yalikuwako si ya kawaida. Kwa Mheshimiwa Spika, kifo chake ni pigo kwa chama chetu cha ODM, ni pigo kwa bunge, na ni pigo pia kwa taifa Mheshimiwa Spika, hususan kwa sababu ameuliwa katika hali ambayo yatatanisha. Mheshimiwa Spika, usalama ni kweli umezorota na ipo haja ya taasisi husika akiwemo waziri, IG wa polisi pamoja na taasisi nyingine kuchukua hatua za haraka ili kujaribu kuzuia mmomonyoko huu wa usalama katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii.
Senator Betsiengo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance.
On my own behalf and on behalf of all the ODM women and all the women in this nation, I send my heartfelt condolences to the family of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were and the people of Homa Bay, and to our party ODM. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Were was a gentleman. As the leader of the women in our party, I had several chances to interact with him and to work with him. And for the times that I went to Kasipul to do women activities within the constituency, I can confirm that Honorable Were was loved by his people. He loved his people. He served his people with commitment and a lot of dedication. It is a shock that he died in the manner that he died. Mr. Speaker, my biggest concern is to how Kenyans are taking death nowadays. As a parent, as a patriotic Kenyan, I can see that we are losing empathy. It is not usual for people to celebrate over death. Whether death of an enemy or death of a friend, it is so bad to see people on social media celebrating and writing things that are not good about a person who has passed on. Honorable Speaker, where I come from, even when a thief dies, people will give beautiful testimonies, but they don't talk bad about a person who has passed on. I would only ask Kenyans that we get back to our culture, our root, and religion, and be empathetic with the families that have lost their loved ones. It is important that even if who has passed on was your enemy, he has a family, he has friends, and there are people who value that person, and they are hurting. It is not good to speak bad about a person who has passed on. Let us love one another as Kenyans and be concerned about one another. Mr. Speaker, I would only pray that may the soul of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Senator Mundege.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa ruhusa niweze kuchangia na kuleta rambirambi zangu, familia yangu na watu wa Embu County kwa rafiki wangu MP Were wa kutoka huko upande wa Nyanza. Mambo ya ajabu ni kuwa hiyo mambo ilifanyika na pia haikufurahisha sisi tukiwa wajumbe wa seneti na wa parliament. Lakini ningesema familia yake na watu wa hiyo county yake waweze kukaa vizuri na kuomba diweze kuendelea vizuri, na pia wakati wa uchaguzi itakuja wataweza kuchagua mtu ambaye atakuwa anafanya kazi vile Were alikuwa anafanya kazi. Lakini mambo ya ajabu, sisi tukiwa wajumbe MPs na senators tukiangalia vizuri wakati hiyo gari ilitoka katika hapa parliament na vile ilikuwa inatembea na vile walikuwa nafuatwa na pali walienda wakakuta jamu gari ikasimama kidogo, ni mambo ya kuhuzunisha sasa sana. Kama iende ikawa gari ilikuwa inaenda polepole na picha kama inasema ukweli, tunaona vile ule mtu alitoka kwa boda na akaenda akaweza kuwa ile mheshimiwa. Mambo ya ajabu, ile gari ilikuwa na driver na pia ilikuwa na askari. Ni sisi tujiulize, kama uko na askari na driver, kama kitendo kama hiyo inafanyika na mwananchi wa nje anakuwa anafanya namna gani? Kwa hiyo ni sisi tujiangalie tuweze kuona iende ikawa tuko na makosa na driver ama ni askari ama ifanywe namna gani, kwa sababu ni kitu kia kusunusa. Kwa sababu hakuna kitu inaonyesha kutoka wakati ile gari ilikuwa imefanyika pale, tungekuwa kama mlinzi wetu kama askari vile angetoka kwa ile gari na wese ashuti ule mwizi ama wale watu. Hakuna kitu imeonyeshwa. Kwa hiyo ni kitu ya kusunisha sana. Ni sisi tujiangalie na tukae vizuri na wale watu wanafanya kazi na ama upande wa ulinzi yose kuangaliwa, kwa sababu tunaona hata kule upande wa Migori vile mtu rais akiwa anahutubia wananchi, mtu mwenyewe kutoa kiatu na kurushia na mpaka saa hii hatujaweza kuona ilifanyika namna gani. Kwa hiyo pande wa security mpaka tuambiwe ni nani aliruhusa hata kiatu ambaye ile ilikuwa inaruhusiwa rais wa Kenya ambaye ni msapakazi. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, mimi napeana rambirambi zangu na watu wa Embu, na pia nikumbuka Were alikuwa rafiki wangu. Kwa sababu kila mara tulikuwa tunakutana na yeye alikuwa ananiita semenji, kwa sababu alikuwa ananiambia bibi yake moja ameweko Meru. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, ningesema mpaka tuweze kuangalia mambo na njia ile inafaa ndio kitendo kama hiyo isiweze kufanyika. Kwa hivyo mimi napeana rambirambi zangu nikiwa Central Embu County. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Senator Mungatana.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the people of Tana River, on behalf of my family, I want to extend my condolences to the people of Kasipul, Kabondo, and to the family of Mheshimiwa Sir Charles Were. Mr. Speaker, from Tana River, we say those who proceed before us, we learn from them. And Mr. Speaker, what Sir Charles brought to my life in the little interactions we had is that he was a very disciplined person, even at his age, and a very serious man at the gym club. He always used to come there and maintained that discipline. So we can take that from him, always very silent, well-spoken, related very well with all the colleagues who regularly attend there. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Modama.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii kuleta rambirambi zangu mwenyewe na watu wa Machakos kwa watu wa Homa Bay kwa kumpoteza mtoto wao Mheshimiwa Charles Were. Bwana Spika, hii ni jambo inahuzunisha watu wote kwa maana ya jinsi ilivyotokea. Mtu awe kazini siku mzima alafu akielekea zake nyumbani anapoteza maisha yake hivyo hivyo tu kiholela. Na Bwana Spika, nataka kusema ya kwamba ni Kenya mzima imepoteza, ni kwa maana wakati alikuwa akitetea watu wa sub-county yake hakuwa anatetea hawa tu peke yao, bali alikuwa anatetea watu wa Kenya. Na kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, kuna maana ya Wakenya kulia kwa jumla. Nataka kusema kama vile Mheshimiwa Beth Siengo Senator amesema ya kwamba hata mwizi akifa ana wazazi, ana watoto na ana watu wake ambao wanamlilia na wana majonzi kwa maana wao hawakujua uovu wake. Na kwa hivyo tungeshikana wote pamoja, tulie pamoja, na kama kuna watu wana sababu nyingine zaidi ya hizo, Mheshimiwa Speaker, waweze kufuata mahakama ama njia zinazofaa na zinazostahili, lakini si kuweka mzigo mwingine mzito kwa familia inavyoendelea na kulia. Bwana Spika, kama taifa tuko na jukumu ya kuwajibika. Na Bwana Spika, hii ninataka kusema kwa maana nimeiona na imenihuzunisha. Wakati rais wa Kenya alipokuwa akiongea, kiatu ikarushwa mpaka ikagonga mkono wake. Bwana Spika, mimi ni wa opposition, lakini hata nikiwa wa opposition sina haki ya kuweza Bwana Spika kufurahia jambo kama ile. Maana ule ni kama kiongozi, ni kama mzazi. Kama mzazi mtoto wake akichukua kiatu amrushie, itakuwa vipi? Hata kama tunalia na kama tunaona mambo hayaendi kama vile inastahili kwenda, lakini kuna pahali hatufai kufika kama taifa. Kwa maana sisi ni taifa na tuko na majukumu ya kuwajibika. Bwana Spika, hiyo mimi ningeomba isiweze kutendeka tena. Napatia watu wa Homa Bay rambirambi zangu na za watu wa Machakos. Asante Bwana Spika.
Senator for Kericho, the Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I join the rest of my colleagues, all for and on behalf of the people of Kericho, to pass our deepest sympathy to the family of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were, our departed colleague, a very amiable gentleman. I knew him very well. Mr. Speaker, I used to refer him as our son-in-law, as his wife comes from neighboring county of Bomet. I thought Senator Segei would actually have mentioned this. I was with him just a few days ago, Mr. Speaker, before his demise. There's a request that he had made to the head of state and had been referred to me to help him actually handle that particular request. And so he came to my office and we shared a cup of tea. Little did I know that that was the last time which we're going to meet with Sir Charles, as we fondly called him. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I do pass my word of pole to his constituents, all his friends and loved ones, Mr. Speaker, and pray for a speedy resolution of the investigations that are being conducted into the heinous act that led to his untimely demise, Mr. Speaker. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, many members have spoken on this issue of the security situation for us as members of parliament and members of the public in general. Mr. Speaker, members should not be embarrassed to speak on the need to get better protection. Mr. Speaker, the job that we do today is not a very easy job. By virtue of how we vote, the things that we do, Mr. Speaker, we are by and large exposed to people who may not like you for reasons that are beyond even your own doing, Mr. Speaker. There are people who dislike even by the very fact that you're just a politician. And it's been normalized, Mr. Speaker, hate of leaders. It begins with social media, which unfortunately many people cheer on and imagine that it's just normal to demonize all public figures and say nasty things about them, celebrate their death, Mr. Speaker. It gets funny on social media until it gets to the level as it reached, Mr. Speaker, with the Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were. Nobody should normalize hate, Mr. Speaker. Kenya is a constitutional democracy. If you do not like the way a certain public official, Mr. Speaker, conducts their affairs, there is a constitutional and legal way, Mr. Speaker, through which you can step up to the platform and offer better leadership than what that particular individual does. But this business, Mr. Speaker, where it has become the norm and the order of the day to cast members of parliament and various leaders, Mr. Speaker, as if they are second to the devil, Mr. Speaker, and this is being celebrated by other people, and unfortunately including even colleague leaders sometimes, Mr. Speaker, it's something that should be of concern to anybody that is right-thinking and cares for the future of this country. Mr. Speaker, we must build a society that is tolerant of each other. We shall never agree on everything. We shall never view the world with the same pair of lenses, Mr. Speaker. What we must learn, Mr. Speaker.
Next order, Clerk.
Order number 3, messages.